So, almost what it seems to be a daily basis, society is pushing men to adopt the MGTOW lifestyle. It seems like on a daily that it seems like it's the mission of mainstream outlets, the powers that be, that they don't want to promote any type of unification between anybody. It's just about identifying groups of people, identifying people by groups, men and women being one of the biggest. My phone. Um, it really at this day and age they're trying to like make a war. Like really, it seems like people are trying, mainstream media and the powers that be are trying to make a war, any war that they can between any group. But men don't get any type of leeway right now. It seems like between Alyssa Milano trying to call for a boycott of sex, to have women not have sex with guys. Let's ruin the whole human race, and then the Me Too movement of women trying to just take money from rich guys. I mean, I know sexual assault happens. I have numbers here. I know it happens, and women are at danger of sexual assault and rape. But when you involve, apparently when you have money, it becomes more prevalent that you're going to be a rapist. I had a taste of this myself. I got a taste of this whole let's listen to every woman thing at my job. I uh, I I didn't even think about. I always was like, okay, that probably happened. If a woman says, I got a problem happened, or anyone, if anyone tells me, you know what, this guy's starting arguing with me, I'm like gullible. I'm so gullible. I tend to believe people. But after this happened to me, I never knew people were crazy. This crazy too. So at work, I got a taste of myself. I had this coworker I work with, terrible coworker, always late 24/7 every day, always takes off. But it was the day before Thanksgiving, and I come in at 8 a.m. for work, and I leave at 4:30. And she comes in whenever the hell she wants to come in. It's usually 9:30, whatever. So she comes in at 9:30 late that day, and she wants to get off early because she has a party to get to because it's the day before Thanksgiving. So she tells my boss, and my boss gives her the okay without even telling me. And I end up hearing from her, my coworker, that I have to cover for her, work overtime. I have to do an extra half hour. Which, okay, I don't have a problem doing the extra half hour if you tell me and ask me, but if you just force me to do an extra half hour because you want to go to a party, and we don't get paid overtime at my work, we get paid comp time, which is like you would get time off. And I didn't even get time off for this, so whatever. I go to do my extra half hour, and I'm making a joke to another doctor. I got to cover for so and so. She's doing this, and then my coworker blows up. I'll just call her Jane. Jane blows up and it's like, it's not his business. It's no one's business why I'm leaving. It's not your business. I'm like, well, it is my business because I'm covering you now. So it's become my business. So we start arguing. It's like a long. It's pretty much just her yelling at me and calling me slang words in Spanish. And then for like 20 minutes, and then after all this arguing and stuff, yelling at me, calling me animal and a bunch of derogatory words that don't matter to me. But the next day I find out from my boss. My boss asks me after the fight. She asked me, "Did you follow her into the clinic room? Because Jane said that she felt intimidated and that you followed her into the clinic room." And I was like, "What what are you talking about?" I was amazed that she even believed this. And I was like, "No, what the hell is that?" And my boss says, "Yeah, she wrote a report that you followed her into the clinic room." And she felt intimidated. Thank God for me, I had my other coworker there who saw this all happen, so she knew. I was sitting in my chair the whole damn time. Thank God I had my coworker. My coworker can vouch for me. I was sitting in the chair the whole time. I never followed her into the clinic room or did any type of intimidation tactics. But I just couldn't believe that my coworker, who's crazy, Jane, would try to get me fired. That's because it's on my file now. It gets saved in my file. It's a report on me that I followed someone into the clinic room, a girl, especially if it's a guy following a girl. And I'm tall, so it's like believable. Apparently, it's believable because my boss believed it. She asked me. I couldn't even believe that she believed it. So I got a taste of it myself. When it comes to women saying that guys are assaulting them, following them, stalking them, it's believable because a guy is bigger than a girl. So it's believable. Uh, and and now I have that. I had to file a report myself. I had to defend myself. So you really have to be careful who you're dealing with out there. There's crazy people, crazy women. I mean, everyone who's crazy, everyone who wants power. I mean, everyone has their own agenda, their own tactics that they use in their agenda. I mean, guys usually have physical force, so they'll use physical force. Women manipulate. Women will try to manipulate because that's what they can. That's the only thing they can do. And society is not. Yeah, society's not looking out for you. Society's not looking out for men. They're not believing you. They're gonna believe the girl. They're not gonna believe you. So you really need to look out for yourself. You got to make sure everything is up to snuff. Everything's all the I's are dotted, T's are whatever the term is, T's cross your T's, dot your I's, because you got to take care of yourself, and you got to make sure that whatever story that woman has, that you know exactly what happened. So I have some statistics for sexual assault, and I'll give both sides. I'll give the left and the right. From CNN, let's do CNN first. CNN says that only 2% to 10% of accusations are fake. So that's and then I saw that on a few leftist areas, and I'll give you the right on the right from Washington Times, a little bit longer. They disputed this. They actually countered that. Brent E. Turvey, a criminologist, wrote a 2017 book that dispels this notion. His research and that of two co-authors cited statistical studies and police crime reports. One academic study showed that as many as 40% of sexual assault charges are false. Mr. Turvey wrote that the FBI in the 1990s pegged the falsity rate at 8% for rape or attempted rape complaints. So rape is usually it's only 8% that it's false. So rape usually happens. I mean, it's also hard to fake rape because it needs to be something on you. I mean, I know girls are claiming rape even if you touch them, but rape is you have to get raped for it to be rape. A recent study supports this assessment. The Pentagon issues an annual report on sexual assaults in the military. Nearly 1/4 of all cases last year were thrown out for lack of evidence. So it happens. Though it's fake, a lot of false reports happen more often than people think. It happened to me. It's even like society's pushing men and women not getting together, like hitting on women now, and women in general, just with their high standards. Women in general, it's even hard to hit on women. I saw an old man hit on this girl who was like 30, and the guy was like 70. It's just fun. Like if a 70-year-old woman hit on me, first of all, I'd see if she's hot first, and then be like, okay, let's go. I wouldn't fucking be offended that I'm getting hit on. It's unbelievable how guys would kill for compliments. Like I see girls like getting like, hey, beautiful, and they get pissed off. Please, someone tell me something like that. I have a nice shirt. I'm beautiful. Can I get something? As a guy, you get nothing. You just get ignored. Let me get some of that. But I saw this old man hitting on a girl, and he said like, oh, and he's like practically dying, and he's like, oh, if I keel over, I'm gonna need mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. And the girl like exploded in anger. And I was like, what? And the girl looked at me like, right? Isn't that creepy of that? And I'm like, no, what the fuck? Who cares? It's a 70-year-old man hitting on you. Just go about the day. Why do you have to make everything sexual harassment? Not everything sexual harassment. And then even little things. Even little things I notice. I pick up on. My nose for sniffing out bullshit when it comes to male and female. The stuff that they're doing in males, when it comes to sniffing out bullshit that they place on males. I take TMS courses for the government. You have to take them. Just about like workplace safety and like other stuff like that. And one of the courses was about safety, and they snuck it in. They snuck this question in. They're like, or like a statement like, women have a 3%, some statistic of how often women die in the workplace. And I already knew the statistic for women dying versus men dying in the workplace. Men have a 10 times higher, even some more. Some I saw at sites with 93%. Men have a 10 times higher rate of dying in the workplace. They work way more dangerous jobs. But I just couldn't believe that they wanted my attention on the 3 women dying in the workplace instead of the 10 guys or the 30 guys dying in the workplace. Like, we got to care about the 3 women instead of the 30 guys dying. Why are we not caring about men at all? What is this, like, let's just witch hunt men and just go after men and not care about men? On every corner that I see. I just wanted to get that out.